Hey, Foxdad and Heuntz here, and welcome to Endless Space, where we're doing a new player guide for new players. Or if you're just coming in to get some tips, tricks, learning things, well, hello and welcome. So sit back, relax, grab a snack, and don't forget, you might want to yell at your screen.
They only ever saw what was in the mirror. I always saw what was beyond. They saw deformity. I found beauty. They saw madness. I found genius. For the longest time, I have been the only one who sees what lies beyond the mirror. But soon, very soon, they will see it as well.
Back from the very brink.
Okay, Foxy, so, as I said earlier, we are playing playing in the Endless Space 2 universe. We are playing as the Horatio. This is a new player guide. The last one we did was as the United Empire, the humans, which are the base race of the entire game, and most games in general. Today we're playing as the Horatio, as second, and actually, in my book, the easiest race to play as in this game. And I hope this tutorial is very beneficial for all of you. I've taken all your critiques, all your views, your opinions of last version, and I hope I do better. Otherwise, definitely let me know exactly what you want to see in the comments down below. This is I just choked. A new player guide, and I hope you learn how to play the game. This is on endless difficulty, so if you're playing on a much lower one, the things you might see might not be the best, well, at least most optimized for your playing, but if you follow all these steps, no matter what difficulty you play on, you're gonna win. Once you beat endless difficulty, this game does go, it's really easy, it's really simple, you can check at the end of the episode how we set up the game. If you put in all the seeds, everything as the same, you will get exactly what we are playing as. And it's a 4-star ring. And I have to say, this game is freaking gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. I need to take a screen cap because of the skybox. Holy crud, this is gorgeous. Okay, Horatio. First, start off. We're playing as the Horatio. I said easiest. Why easy? You can see we can colonize every single planet. We start as a government, and we'll be talking about governments a lot later on. But I really need to showcase this one aspect. The Horatio are ecologists, and this lets us colonize any type of planet outside of gas. We suffer a huge penalty, but until we research the tech to colonize, but this makes them super easy early on. And why I recommend playing them as your first time. The Horatio, the United Empire, and the Sophons will be your three main new player races. Horatio are going to be the easiest. Sophons might be the most difficult of the three, while the humans will be your base neutral. Alright, so the Horatio, we can colonize any system. Doesn't matter. Let's look at Vega, our home system. So yeah, we have a Mediterranean, we have an arid, we have toxic, and we have ice. We can colonize any. We get 2 starting population. You really need to take effect of your population, as they'll tell you the type of bonuses they get. So we have the Zavali, which gives us +3 signs on happy and extra happiness. Yay. We get the Horatio, which gives us +3 food and +2 on happiness on hot. Yay, we're hot. Good. We want the Horatio to be on hot planets. While the Zavali, they can be on any planet, and putting them on toxic and say ice, which gives you minus happiness per pop, their bonus +2 will start counteract that, and that's really, really nice. While the ratio, their +2 on hot is good here. The one thing about the ratio is they're unique. They can splice in a certain population, like say, hey, right here. So we get two. If we get two of them, we can splice them into our people. And you want to splice as soon as possible. The next population we splice will be crowd 4. Yeah. So if we get this volley spliced into us, I believe that gives us extra happiness. And that's really good. So we want happy. We want happy, happy, happy. Alright. What do you get when you look at your starting empire? You gotta figure out what you want to build. Because to continue the game and make yourself successful, you need to increase your FIDs. Food, industry, dust, science, influence. Your core resource of the game. Endless space at any version of Amplitude Studios. Endless space. Humankind coming out in a few months. And Endless Legend. FIDs are their base game, but it's any 4X. Food, industry, money, and science are going to always be your most important resources. Food enables growth. Industry enables production. Dust is gold, so you can buy things and keep upkeep, so you can have a bigger military. Science, research. Science is always key for strategy games. You want to make sure your science is always high. And then influence, it's always different. How that is in every game is going to be completely different. In this game, it allows you to expand your borders. And you want high influence, so you have expanded borders. We'll talk about why borders are important a little bit later on. Right when you start, you're really only going to have 2, maybe 3 production routes you want to take. If you're on the highest difficulty like we are, you really want to build either a scout or a colonizer first. Because you want to see what is out there in the distance. And so we are going to go a scout first. And in like civilization, you either go military or scout. Same in Endless Space. You really want to go that scout or the colonizer. And if you're playing on a lot easier difficulty, you might want to go drone network, which gives you extra food and extra production. Because to build anything, you need production. So you see those little gear points at the bottom. It takes 160 to build these drone networks. We build 43 a turn. If we get an extra 10, it will quicken the pace. It's still going to be 4 turns because we'll be at 50. Over time, it helps itself. Well, the Reveler is at 192, so it's a bit more expensive. It's going to take 5 turns to build, but by the time we get that done, it won't change. But I want that scout as soon as possible. And then there's Cerebral Reality, which is Science and Dust. Again, very, very important stuff. And then Happiness, Content. So right now we're at 68. We want to get higher. So gain like the Infinite Supermarket, which gives us up pace plus 10. Content is really helpful. You can see we have some positives and some negatives. So we're getting -3 for the planet. The Mediterranean, we're getting -1 because it's not the best type of planet there is. The best is Terran, or basically Gaia planets. We're on the Mediterranean, so it's not the best, but it's not the worst either, and so we're going to leave it. It gives us an extra food and planet modifier, so when you ever get extra population, you'll get +3 science per person, +2 dust per person, and -1 happiness per person. Luckily, these guys give us bonus happiness, so it's kind of acting. Not the worst. That's why content is only -3 from the planet. Because -3 population, because you have 3 population. But positive, because you get +4 from Horatio, +2 from the Zavali, and +15 from Hardship Ready, which is just our racial modifiers, and +50 from the colony base. Unless we're going with Reveler. So yeah, if you're playing early difficulty, you might go Drone Network, or say Cerebral Reality. That's start off easy. Next is you want to make sure you recruit your hero. We get Frala, EM, Mario. You want to make sure you get your hero. You can see this hero is a Senator, Horatio, Overseer. If you click the hero, you can double click and you can see what their type they're like, what their ship design looks like, and their skill points. The Horatio will always have this racial bonus. This branch, top one, is everyone gets it. It's just base stuff. So you'll get production and food. You'll get exploration, some fleet, well, the system defense and manpower, damage on your ships, your hero. This is just base. This is for your racial, and then this is your type of hero itself. So an Overseer, we're much better as a governor. So an Overseer, you get bean counter, which is really strong. And then with the ratio, they're great governors themselves. They're not really good military. They're very good governors. We have 0 skill points. So the reason you want to look at your hero first is that basically reminds you that for your fleet, for your first scout, you want to put your hero here. Because you're going to start scanning anomalies, and that will give you experience. So you want your first hero here, there, get them quick experience, and then put them in your home system, if they're governors, to boost your systems. See, we discovered super spuds. That means they are somewhere here. Most likely they will be in our main system. And we found Eden Essence. So each branch, or each constellation, will have 4 to 5 resources of luxuries. And luxuries are really strong. They give you, if we look here, where are they? They're right here. City of Streets. They give you plus some type of deposit modifier. This is plus 2 gold, plus 1 production. But what's really strong, and which you don't see it yet, is system development. And you use these resources to boost a system. Obviously, we can't see it. We can't talk about it just yet. But we're going to quickly use our hero fleet to survey the anomaly here, just to give us that research. And hey, if we get something special, yay. And we got humorous identity, so anomaly. So this plan will give us plus 4 signs per person, and we get an influential battle tactic. We'll look at battle tactics again, future. But for now, that makes this plan really, really good because it gives us some science. Then we're going to take our fleet here and move them down to Hamal, which has 2 more anomalies. So we'll quickly research them. If you log into a planet, so you click it, it'll show you what's in here. But you can, it's very pretty. But I just hit escape. So we have quite a few anomalies here, which is really nice. So we have Hamal 2, which is ash, and then we have a humid arid. So it has atmospheric anomalies, some life forms. Atmospheric anomalies is what in Vega gave us this humorous identities. Atmospheric anomalies give us, if it succeeds, a planet modifier. If it doesn't succeed, it's not going to give you anything. It can also give us some loot and stuff like that, but it's very good giving us some specials. While the life forms could give us either population or a luxury deposit. So Eden Essence, the Super Spuds, the City of Trees. If it's subterranean, it'll give you strategic resources, these bad boys, which give you better buildings, but also makes your ships much stronger. And then you'll have like other random ones, like ruins, which usually is very good because it'll give you either population or can give you technology, unique buildings, possibly a hero. So what I'm going to do, though, is actually do these life forms first, because I have only 3 left, as I could get the luxury resources, but also, if you find one, it'll give you actually +5, a bonus, a little taste for those resources. If you can't research them, having that taste is kind of nice. And if you get government or the markets really soon, and it's a tech to unlock markets, you can sell it and get some quick bucks. So I'm going to do the life forms first. That's what I usually do. I do life forms or subterranean first to give me those resources. Hey, we get Transvine, which gives us happiness. Yay. So this planet mostly is just going to have Transvines. Oh, the city street. That's a really nice planet for a lot of strategic luxury resources. Yeah. And okay, so this really doesn't have anything. So it basically failed. It just gives us loot, so 20. So it doesn't really have anything. Sad. So my colony ship, I'm going to head up north. Why? I could go Halmal and, well, get here first. And that would be kind of nice. Because quick colonization is helpful. But what I really want to do is get these strategic resources first. And that would be gain xenolinguistics and malplasm. Getting strategic resources is very, very much needed early on. And you need this research to exploit it. So that's what we're going to queue up first. Is going to be the plasma metallurgy and the xenolinguistics. I'll first go xenolinguistics because we can get the xeno-industrial infrastructure, which is a boost planetary production. And that is always key. Food and planetary production, very key. So I'll always go xenolinguistics first and then plasma metallurgy. I don't have those resources here. And it shows up if they will always be the 2 strategic resources that show up first. Now I don't have any on Vega, which is really hurtful, and you can restart the game to try and get some. But that actually could be right here, subterranean. To say you need +2. So that is right here, this anomaly. No, it's really? Oh, it's right here. So Bear and Shield. So I'm going to queue that one as the 3rd. We need that. So we have some type of strategic resource here. Don't know what it is, but we do have one here. And we know we don't have it here. So I'm going to send our colony ship north. Hopefully we have one up here. That's a very long space line. Yikes. Now I'm going to send this guy next south to find one. I'm going to leave that anomaly. It gives us education. You can see we are almost level 2 already from those anomalies. So I'm going to head south because I want to find a planet to colonize. Yep, found some luxury. So right here on the right side of your screen will be all your notifications for your turn. What's happened, what you did, what our enemies did. That's really key for your early turn. Is do your science. And your science is broken up into 4 tiers. You have industry, military, society, and then science. Industry definitely focuses on construction, production, science, a little bit of science, but money as well. Military, well, that's just key. It's all military focus. All military focus. Science is science focused and exploration, and has a lot of your colonies. So the flag lets you colonize. There are some colony flags over here, but the main key will usually be in this tree. This is society, so it has food, has diplomacy, has influence and happiness. It also has some military as well. It's a catch-all. And it's also all science is important. All science is important. And actually, one of the victories is a science victory. Is you complete all 4 of these outside nodes, and you can get a science victory. Very nice, very strong. You can also get if you go down science tree of society, you get these little obelisks of all space-time. Build 4 of them, you get a wonder victory. Actually, it could be 3. Depends on how many how big your start is. How big your galaxy. Depends how many you need to build. But yes, so science, very key to quite a few victories. Alright, so that's Vega. So we're basically almost done. Now we can get to the government. I'll go over what these are on next episode, because I don't want to keep the episodes too long. Like our normal episodes could like 40 to 50 minutes. We can try and keep these under 30 minutes. Hopefully under 25 if I can help it, of content. But this screen just shows you your system. Government a little bit. So laws, active laws. The laws help you. Help your government, help your people. This slot right here is whatever your party is. So ecologists, this will change over time depending on what you do. And we'll look at that next episode. What you build, stuff like that. But whatever party your main government is, your people, this will be something, and it'll always change, and it's always locked. Then you get some slots where you can pass some laws. So if we were more like, this is like level functional, the more the colleges win, the higher this will go. And you can choose, say, the green bill, which is really nice. Because it gives you +2 food per person on anomalies, and just more FIDs on anomalies. Actually, we could pass this now, because we are functional. So it'll tell you. You might be able to see them. It tells you functional, what you need for your party to utilize it. And to pass it, we need 5 influence, which we get next turn is 7. And if we can do that, yay, we'll get the bonuses. And it's really strong and really nice. But it does have an upkeep of 3. But since we make 7 a turn, hey, if I can pass this, that'll be great. Does our main plan have an anomaly? No. But our second one does, and this is the one I'll most likely definitely colonize next, because it's hot. It is hot, and that's good for our people. So you do want to look at where you might colonize. Once you have a planet system, you can always colonize by clicking into production. 12 turns. Kind of expensive. I'm not going to rush it, but I think it will be the next step. And depends. You do want to get all of the plants in your system up and running as soon as possible. And since I know I like hot with my 2 guys, I'm going to go here first. If I like cold, like the Sophons, I might go to Vega 4 first, because it is a cold planet. But that is the law, so we're going to do that next turn. And that'll be next episode. Science we talked about. And that's it. Your first turn is going to be pretty quick. And I would say in first 10 turns is very clicky and slow. And this is what we did. And then you can see the galaxy. Very pretty. You can see if you're like lost and like zoom in, I have no idea where I am. If you hit this and click Vega, it'll drop you right off to your system. So it's a quick way to find a planet. Click this Empire Summary or shortcut F1. All these do have shortcuts. So F2, F3, F4, F5, F6. And we don't see F7 or F8 yet. F1 will take you here. Just quickly click Vega and you get there. But yay, boxes. That's turn 1, episode 1. I hope you enjoyed. If you stayed to the last second of this episode, you'll see how we make the system. But again, thank you all for coming out. I hope this helped you guys start off your game. Thank you for coming out. If you have any critiques, definitely let me know down below. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. That means so much and helps the YouTube algorithms. If you want to help the channel, hit that subscribe. Our goal is 1,000 because we want to help the kitties. We want to help the kitties. Kitties, like cats. Like Raven. Where did Raven go? I have no idea where our cat just went to. Huh. That's kind of scary. But yeah. Till then, till the future, I love you all. Have a good night. Peace. Hey, Foxies! Welcome to the end of the video. Or, well, if you have skipped all the way to the end and then going to go back, welcome. Hello. Hope you guys are doing well. And enjoy the rest of the show. But, end game. The end of the game. This is to show how we created the game. Because some people like to see it, some don't. For reasons. Who knows why. But they don't. So, here we go. We are playing as the Horatio. Now, I explained why, but let's just go just in case. Last new player guide, we did the humans. The United Empire. Base race. This is the Horatio. A little bit, not so much of the base race, but the game does say they're like the best faction to start early game. And they really are, because they start with a certain policy. So we'll go to the Horatio. Hi. Yeah. Their starting situation. They are ecologists. Which is really good. That basically means early game, they can settle any planet. You don't need the research to settle planets. They're the best at early expansion. And why they're great early tutorial, because you really don't need to focus on, do I need to settle on planet X, Y, or Z? It's already there. Now you're at a 50% discount of, or 50% penalty of producing any of the FIDs, but you do get to colonize, so you don't need to worry too much. And they start a dictatorship. And the rebellions start developing when a system isn't happy. That's going to be the little tricky part to them, but it's unhappiness and rebellions can be worked through. And then Horatio Prime is just Horatio Prime. Faction traits, we get Zavalis, which is nice, because they give you a little extra happiness and +3 science, so not too bad. And you get crowded planets and content civilization. So that's really nice. So happiness is not really going to be too much of an issue. And then the perfect genes, we always heal. Yay. But for the Horatio themselves, they give us extra food, extra happiness if it's on a hot planet, and extra influence if it's hot. That's going to be not as important. But the big one is Gene Hunter. The Horatio, you can splice a minor, any race, to the Horatio and get their bonuses. And that makes the game so much easier, because you get Horatio that are extremely strong. And then attack, eventually you can replace everyone as Horatio. That is why they're amazing. First time ever playing the game, you can make so many mistakes, and it doesn't matter with the Horatio. But the game itself, just going normal. Everyone random. So 7 competitors, normal speed, endless difficulty. And I most likely have said this, but if I haven't, if you follow this guide, there's a high chance you're never going to lose. Unless something really silly happens, like playing with the Discord, aka the Umble Choir. There's a high chance that they're in the game, they're going to win this no matter what. Because they're broken, they'll move their planets. Unless you can find them extremely early on and crush them, they can outproduce gold like no tomorrow, and they're just going to win. So unless you're playing as Umble Choir, they're so broken that I disable them. Unless I want to play them, I disable them. And I have actually not played the Nakalem. I haven't got that. I don't know what they're like. But there's the Ratio. And the random seed. I mean, you can actually expand this. Go minor civilization quantity so you can have higher, better difficulty. I just get the normal. So if you want to turn off for a few things, you can. Turn timer, global. It's just time management. There's the narration, so random event rarity, so you can get abundant academy quests. Just turn stuff off, and victory conditions. Basically set. Then the galaxy. I always do random shape because I'm just curious. I don't care what the galaxy is really going to look like unless I'm going for a certain playthrough. I don't care. Number of constellations, that gets randomized now and then. I'm going to go few this time. But sometimes I do many. Sometimes I do just one big one. Pangea map, basically. So, I just leave that. Galaxy size, I basically usually stay as large. I've never gone exceptional. Or colossal. I've never done that. And the reason is, there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11. 1, 2. Oh, let's see. There's 5, 10. There's 12 races. So I guess we could go colossal and play with against everyone. I've just not done that once. Maybe one day we might. Galaxy density, it's you can go random. But this episode we're going to actually go medium. And you know what? For those who want to play along, we'll go spiral forearm. For those who want to play along, we'll do it more not random. So when we generate a seed, there you go, 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys can play along. So if you do anything that's random, no matter what seed you play as, it will look different. Any update that happens from now on, the seed will be broken. The seeds of this game, unlike normal seeded games, really is not conclusive if you want to play along. This way, at this time, on June of 2021, it will follow through. Otherwise, yeah, good luck. But there we go. This is the race. This is how we set it up. A little bit more detail of the ratio. And I'll see you all next time. So sit back, relax, grab a snack if you're catching up on the episode. Or otherwise, you guys have a great night. And I'll see you all next time. Later, Foxies. Peace.